Hello, family. My name is Patricia. I'm the eldest daughter of Rufino Mendoza Cruz's three daughters, Patricia, Vivian, and Alicia. On behalf of my family, I want to thank all of you for honoring my dad Dong, your uncle RC, your Sanko, dad, Lolo RC, and so many other names that we gave to our beloved RC. It is very sad that we cannot be together at this time during great heartache when we need to see each other the most. But sometimes we just cannot be together. My dadong was very fun and funny. I'm sure all of you know. And I'm sure all of you know he was a very generous man too. He was always smiling and laughing and always happy. And we all know that he would not want us to be sad. He would not want that. He hated goodbyes because goodbyes were just too sad. In our last phone call, he was happy because he was talking to all three of his daughters, making jokes and smiling, even though he could only move one half of his face. We called because of this, and we wanted him to go to the doctor, and he kept insisting he was okay, he doesn't need to go. But he cannot resist when he has all three of us together. So finally, he did go, but he did not say goodbye. He put the phone down, and we didn't know what happened. We said, "Dad, where are you? We cannot see you." And Joseph picked up the phone, and I saw my dad walk out the door with the nurse Nancy and smile and wave. And that was probably very funny to him. And that was such a classic dadong move. When he and Mom left for the Philippines in 1971, not left for the Philippines, he left to go to America in 1971. According to Uncle Fian, he also did not say goodbye to most people. He was 38 years old with his new wife, who was 6 months pregnant. And thanks to the incredible support of Marcelina and her family, we were able to survive there our first few years and eventually to thrive on our own in our new country. But for as long as we can remember, Dad always wanted to go back to the Philippines. He loved his homeland, and especially his family and friends that he left behind in Angat. He would always talk about them. In 2014, the year that he would turn 80, I was driving home after visiting with them, and after the maybe 1 millionth time that he told me how much he wants to go home, I decided one thing. I would help them to go home. It was a hard decision. It was hard on me and my sisters. But I thought I need to help him with his dream, his last dream, to be home finally. He and Mom were alone most of the time in Maryland at this time because me and my sisters were busy with our work. There were no little babies that we had that could keep them busy and keep them company. And Mom was getting more and more sick because of her stroke. And we just could not take care of her alone anymore. So I want to take this time to thank all the wonderful people in Angat and the Cruz family. We sincerely thank you for all of the wonderful things you have done for my mom and dad and continue to do. It's an incredible amount of care and love that you have taken, and we do appreciate it so very much. Now they have so many wonderful people around them, and they were so happy when they first arrived, to see all the babies and all the children who would visit Lolo RC and Lola Sally every day. And I know that made my mom very, very happy. I remember right before we left, we were talking, and when my dad was talking to somebody, I can't remember who it was. Could have been Kuya Boy, or maybe when we arrived, or maybe when before we left, Uncle Tito. But I overheard him asking, "How can you move away from your daughters? How can you leave your children? Aren't you going to miss them?" Then my dad said, "Well, my mom, she wanted us to be home, and she called me and I couldn't come home." And we were so confused. We were like, "What?" But she's been dead a long time. She's not there. And he said, "Well, the point is, sometimes you just cannot be together." And I realize now, he wanted me to hear that story because he wanted me to understand and share with my sisters that he was once in our place. And it's okay. Even though we love each other very much, sometimes we just cannot be together. I believe this is one of the lessons I have learned from my dad. His life lessons are, first, always follow your dreams, no matter how hard they might be. And second, be spontaneous. He was often very spontaneous, you might know. Don't be afraid to just go and do something at the spur of the moment, like visit family in Canada without telling them that we're coming. And third, even though we love each other very, very much, especially now during this terrible pandemic, we must think of what is best for the long term, because sometimes we just cannot be together. Keep thinking of the happy thoughts and the happy stories and the fun you had with Dadong, with RC, with Ruping. And thank you all so much. God bless you.